Back to the daily grind. Thanks for checking out the channel. Make sure to hit subscribe if you're new and hit thumbs up if you're not a baby back bagel biting bitch boy, cause you know what time it is. It's full time.
MMA.
I think I'm going to coin the term Ultimate Fighting Circus. No, but that is pretty good, right? UFC changed the C to a circus for some of these entertainment fights. You know what I'm saying? Like whenever we go to the money fights instead of the fight that you would say hardcore fan wants, you know, like Robert Whittaker versus GSP or Conor McGregor versus Tony Ferguson, you know what I'm saying? That's the fight that the hardcore fan would want. But when the UFC chooses to skip Tony Ferguson for Nate Diaz, or chooses to skip Robert Whittaker for some other fight like Tyron Woodley or something, then we can call it the Ultimate Fighting Circus. I'm going to start using that because that's what I thought of whenever I seen that Paige Vanzant announced she will be fighting for the women's for the women's flyweight title as soon as the Ultimate Fighter is over. Now, this is how this happens. The Ultimate Fighter Season 26 is going on right now, and it is introducing the women's flyweight division to the UFC. And the winner of that season, the winner of the season finale, becomes the inaugural UFC's women's flyweight champion. Now, all the girls on that season, I can't admit, I might have heard of one or two of them, but a lot of girls are coming over from Invicta. I think there might be one girl who's currently a UFC bantamweight that's moving down, but a lot of these girls come from Invicta or other fighting leagues. So my initial thoughts on this division was, man, it would be interesting to see if Paige Vanzant can rush to the title before the killers, like, you know, and Paige Vanzant's a killer herself, but the real killers, Valentina Shevchenko, Joanna Jędrzejczyk, before they move into the division, you know what I'm saying? Because Paige Vanzant has had a lot of success inside and outside of the octagon, maybe more so outside of the octagon. She was on Dancing with the Stars, and she's got a pretty big fan base outside of the UFC, you know what I'm saying? As far as crossover champions or crossover stars, Paige Vanzant very has that possibility. She has that possibility very much. You know, but the thing is, do you think she has to be a champion first? Ronda Rousey was a dominant champion whenever she got to the top of the world. Conor McGregor was a champion when he got to the top of the world. Paige Vanzant, she's had the crossover success, but she hasn't shot to the top of, like, the fighting world yet, maybe because she hasn't been a champion. I don't know, that's just a thought. But now she has that opportunity. I thought her opportunity was gone because Paige Vanzant was scheduled to face Jessica Eye at UFC 216 in a flyweight fight. You know, it's a brand new division. There wasn't a champion yet. It was just going to be a flyweight fight because Paige Vanzant has had horror stories of her weight cuts in the past. You know, about how, like, she's passed out in the bathroom in her weight cuts and shit like that. She's passed out trying to make 115 pounds. So the 125-pound women's division opening up, you know, she feels like it's definitely where she needs to be. Well, when her fight versus Jessica Eye got canceled, I was like, no, I felt like she needed a win at 125 pounds so she could fast track to the 125-pound title before, as I said, Valentina or Joanna or these killers really move into the division while it's still a new division. And wow, the fucking UFC fucking pulled one on me. I thought Paige Vanzant might not get that opportunity because her fight versus Jessica Eye got pulled, but no. That fast-tracked her to the opportunity. Now she's going to be the first strawweight title challenger, and I cannot say that I'm mad at that. I mean, the only reason I would say that lends more toward the UFC, the Ultimate Fighting Circus, is because Paige Vanzant is coming off of a loss to Michelle Waterson. She is 1-2 in her last 3 fights, but she's lost to some fucking good competition. I mean, she lost to Michelle Waterson and I believe Tisha Torres, so it's not like she just lost to some fucking scrubs out here. Wait, I know she's got a loss to Rose Namajunas, but I don't think that was in her last 3 fights. One second. I know I've got her fucking record up somewhere. Okay, Paige Vanzant is 7-3. Her loss to Rose Namajunas. Okay, so yeah, no. I'm tripping. Who was I thinking of? It was Michelle Waterson. Why did I say Tisha Torres? I don't know why I said Tisha Torres. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. Paige Vanzant's 2 losses were to Rose Namajunas and Michelle Waterson. Hey, that's even better. Rose Namajunas is the current strawweight champion. Just knocked out Joanna Jędrzejczyk. So yeah, she definitely hasn't lost to any fucking pushovers. I mean, the Karate Hottie and Rose Namajunas, are you fucking kidding me? So I'm not mad at Paige VanZant getting the title shot, but I mean, I know some people are going to be like, oh, how is she getting it off of a loss? But it just reminds me of the Holly Holm scenario. She went up a weight division and fought Jermaine Durandamy for the title, and I believe she was coming off of 2 losses. And why, people asked? I mean, she was the person to dethrone Ronda Rousey, so she had a lot of star power. You know, it wasn't about her being on a win streak and getting the title shot. It was more about her having a lot more fans, I think. And that's what's going on here. Paige VanZant easily has a lot more fans than, what, 95% of the girls in the UFC, because she was on Dancing with the Stars, and she's out there, man. Paige VanZant's out there. So, hey, it's happening. I did not expect this. I was quite shocked when I seen this. But then I was like, touche. I like it, kind of. I'm definitely liking this because she's moving up a division. I mean, we've seen this before, as I said, and Holly Holm was coming off of 2 losses. She did lose the strap, but Holly Holm was going versus Jermaine Durandamy. Paige VanZant, I'm pulling for her, and I think she should win, right? I mean, I don't really know who she's going to be fighting because the Ultimate Fighter, first of all, the Ultimate Fighter finale has to happen before we even know who the champion is. But whoever that champion is, most likely we haven't heard of them, and most likely they're going to be fighting Paige VanZant. So, I mean, I'm not going to say all of us haven't heard of them, you know, because some people are watching Invicta a lot more than me, for sure. So, if you're a fan of Invicta, you're probably watching this whole Ultimate Fighter season. The coaches are Eddie Alvarez and Justin Gaethje. Now, they're not going to be fighting on the Ultimate Fighter finale. The UFC's gone away from that, like the coaches fighting on the finale. TJ Dillashaw and Cody Garbrandt were supposed to fight on the finale, but Cody Garbrandt got injured, and they got moved to the co-main event of UFC 217, as we just saw. Fucking crazy night of fights, one of the greatest of all time. But now Justin Gaethje versus Eddie Alvarez are going to be fighting on UFC 218, and it's a hell of a fight, and I'm fine with that. I don't know. Let me know how you think about that in the comments. What do you think about the coaches not fighting on the finale? And what do you think about Paige VanZant getting this fucking huge opportunity from the UFC? She's coming off of a loss to Michelle Waterson in December of 2016, but she's moving up a division, and she had trouble making that weight, and that definitely can affect a fighter's performance. If you've got trouble at your weight cut, it can affect your cardio. It can just affect your overall performance in the cage. Recent incident, Kevin Lee versus Tony Ferguson. I mean, so with that being said, it is what it is. Let the full-time family know what the fuck you think about this craziness in the comments. I'm out.
Bye, Felicia.